Newest Knick Bojan Bogdanovic and returning Knick Alec Burks recently spoke to the media before the Indiana Pacers game. And during that presser, they spoke about a lot of things, including the trade, what they feel about it, and how they can help this Knicks roster today and once we're fully healthy. We're going to break down exactly what they said and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. Newest Knicks Alec Burks and Bojan Bogdanovic discussed the trade and the impact they're going to have for the New York Knicks. Now, I think I speak for most Knicks fans when I say the New York Knicks were probably the best team coming out of the trade deadline, hitting on every single box that they needed to hit, getting the wing that they wanted in OG Anunoby, and getting the bench pieces, the elite role players that they absolutely needed, and adding that spacing and scoring to their roster in Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks. And really, once they did these moves, I knew in my heart, once the Knicks were healthy, they were going to be legit contenders. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. If you look around the media, you look around the league, ESPN, all of these news outlets, they are touting the New York Knicks as potential championship favorites once they're healthy. There's a reason for that. The Knicks have Jalen Brunson, all-star. The Knicks have Julius Randle, all-star. The Knicks have OG Anunoby, somebody who probably is up for Defensive Player of the Year. We have that guy on our roster. And then you have Dante DiVincenzo playing a real lights-out type of game for the New York Knicks this season, having a breakout type of year. Isaiah Hartenstein having his best year as a New York Knick. When he comes back, healthy Mitchell Robinson was a Defensive Player of the Year candidate himself as well, too. Let's put that in perspective. Scary hours for the New York Knicks once they get healthy. And really, like you guys, I wanted to hear from the newest Knicks in Bojan and Alec Burks and hear what they had to say about joining the New York Knicks and what impact they could have for this Knicks team. We're going to watch what they said together and basically break down their comments. Let's roll it.
A lot of emotions. It's just crazy how the world goes, right? But, I'm glad to be back, I get a lot of love out here, so I'm glad to be back with everybody.
AB.
So just kind of walk me through.
Welcome back, baby.
A lot of emotions, but excited to be back. Just give me a little more on that.
I had a lot of a year and a half ago? My 2-year stint. It was a lot of fun here. Won a lot of games, connected with a lot of fans. Playoff series. Just a lot of different times I had as a Knick.
Just want to mention that people often forget playoff series, playoff experience. AB is a walking bucket. Now, for me, I do have a little PTSD with AD because I do remember him starting over Emmanuel Quickley. Well, you know what? Fast forward to today, Alec Burks is on the squad again. Emmanuel Quickley is not. I'm rolling with AB. If he plays the position, his natural position, and his role for this Knicks team, he is going to be money for this Knicks team, a walking bucket, and absolutely what we need. Not to mention, he's shooting better than 40% from three this season. Walking bucket AB is back.
At that point, just remember all them times. I'm just glad to be back,
I'm just super excited to be part of one of the biggest franchises in the world probably, and to be part as a Knicks family. So it's huge for me to be here, and like I said, really excited to be back in New York as well. It mean a lot. I mean, I played with the Nets, but all my friends are New Yorker and they are all Knicks fans, so it's gonna be even better for them as well to see me in a Knicks jersey. So it's big creation community here in New York. So
huge.
I'll have a lot of these guys from my country supporting Knicks from now on. I think the best part of my game is that I'm trying to be the best player in my role, no matter what coach got for me over there. I know that we got a great starting lineup. So, and then we got 2 stars, and I think that's the biggest part, bringing me and Alec here to help them to be the best version their self and they are on a court.
Right there. The New York Knicks brought Alec Burks and Bojan in because they understand the assignment, they understand the talent, and they understand what to surround the talent around them with. Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, Great players in their own regard. Jalen, a much better three-point shooter than Julius Randle is. We definitely understand that. But Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle share a common trait. They oftentimes like to break down the defense and go and do their damage inside the paint. And when you do that, defenses are oftentimes going to collapse on you inside the paint because there's nobody in the wings or the corners or anybody the Knicks really have besides Dante DiVincenzo that anybody has to worry about. Now you plug in Burks. Now you plug in Bojan. All around the corners, all around the perimeter, and all Jalen Brunson has to do now is work his way into the middle. If he gets double teams, he passes it to the corner, either swings around to the open man, and that's a definite knockdown three because you got probably Dante, Burks, or Bojan there. That's what I'm talking about. You see what he said? You see his statements? He understands that even though he's coming from Detroit, where he played a significant role, he's joining a team with stars. He understands how good this Knicks team is. He understands we're a contender. He understands when fully healthy, our starting lineup looks dominant. And he understands how he can help complement this unit. Alec Burks understands how he can help complement this unit. And he understands playing under Tom Thibodeau. He's been there before. Bojan, he's probably going to be a quick learner. And if he's not, he's definitely going to have to. But I have no problem with that. I think he's going to learn fast. And once Bojan has that chemistry built with Brunson, with Randle, with the rest of the roster, this team is going to be significantly better. And they're going to be even more dangerous than they were before. Let's continue and hear the rest of this press conference.
Just the difference Jalen has made. I mean, unbelievable player. I feel like bringing him in just helped the rebuild even better. When Tibbs and Julius is playing at his level, it's great to see that I was a part of the start of it.
I think that we both of us kind of used to it. I miss one playoffs in my career, 1 year playoffs in my career. So it's I'm used to big expectation and playing for the playoffs team and kind of contenders. So I think that it's early. We need a time to adjust, but All Star is coming as well. So it's gonna be kind of easier for us to learn set places and what coach wants us to do.
Right there. All-Star is coming. All-Star is coming. He has playoff experience with Utah. We all remember that. He was shooting lights out for them as well, too. He's going to shoot lights out for the New York Knicks. He brings that element to this Knicks team. Veteran presence to this Knicks team. You get all of that, plus one of the best three-point shooters in the league on your roster, and he understands the assignment. He understands that we're not done yet. We still have a lot of challenges ahead of us because we still have to gel and get better. But he understands once we do, just like I do, we're going to be dangerous.
We got a lot of guys out right now, and then we had a meeting with the coach yesterday, but we talked more about set places and how we're going to approach next couple of games. And then, I mean, I'm here to do whatever coach asks me to do, and then, like I said, I can be a great role player as well. So
yes,
we'll see.
Team player.
I think I know how he didn't really change much. I don't think so. So I know how he wants to play on both sides of the ball. So I think it won't be as hard of a transition for me.
Alec, what is it about you? Tibbs has always been such a fan. What is it about you?
I don't know, man. We connect. I don't know, and we just connect. He likes how I play on the court, off the court. I like how he's coached, and we talk off the court a lot when I was here as the Knicks. So. He's just a good guy, man. We just cool people, man. Together.
I mean, I've been around a lot of old school coaches, and Tibbs is what I heard one of them. So it won't be a big adjustment for me. I even prefer that like old school coaching, and that's kind of European style. So I'm looking forward for it. About my role and my shot and shot making, I'm just trying to see the way how my new team is playing. What shot I can get. I know that we got a 2 ball dominant guy and 2 all-stars in a team. So just to see how they play with the ball and try to show myself and be on a right place at the right time. But it's all about system and then practicing those shots that I might get here as well. I mean, we are in game shape. We've been playing whole season. So we'll see how the coach is gonna approach the game, but we are ready to play.
We are ready to play. That's it. That was the main message of the entire meeting there. We are ready to play. We'll do whatever the coach asks us to do. We understand the assignment. We know how good this Knicks team is, and we want to make it better with the skill set that me and Alec will bring. Obviously, me being Bojan here, because Bojan is the prize of this trade. Nobody's really talking about him. I hear people talking about his age. I didn't think age affected his shooting. 41.5% from three. Don't talk to me about age. I understood who I was getting in that trade. And he's a walking bucket. Somebody that you can't leave. The paint's going to be just a little bit more open for Jalen and Julius to cook in. And all they needed was a little bit more room. Now they have it.
I mean, just pre-game and energy around the building in the arena is different. It's kind of playoff atmosphere every single game. So I felt good there, but unfortunately we couldn't get a W. It's still kind of early for me, and maybe we gotta learn set offenses to play a little bit faster in the flow, and then defensively like switches and what we are doing. But it's gonna take a couple of games probably, but I hope that we're gonna pick it up pretty quick.
Just wanted to mention that real there. He mentioned that obviously he loves the atmosphere of MSG. It feels like a playoff atmosphere. I just want to say shout out to Knicks fans, shout out to the Garden. We've been on fire this season. Not only this game, the entire season. We have just been lighting up the opposing teams in terms of chants, in terms of the way we show up to games, the way we cheer on our hometown, the way we cheer for our hometown heroes and Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, all of these guys. We just make sure it feels like a family atmosphere. I think Bojan feels that. That's why he mentioned it. But like he said before, it's going to take a couple of games for everybody to get together and gel together. They're not even healthy. They have to throw together what they did on the fly. Taj Gibson started. We have to remember that. So let's face it, once the New York Knicks get healthy and this team gains chemistry and finds its footing, the league better watch out, because it's going to show you a lot more than just one game can show you. I promise you that. But let's go ahead and continue and hear his comments, because again, he's saying something very important here. The Knicks look good while they're down a couple of players. Once they're healthy and these players are back, and you add the effect of AB and Bojan, scary hours.
I mean, defensively, it's tough when you guys are down three centers. You know, that makes a big difference. But, you know, what are a few of the things that you are taking away from this game tonight that it excites you about playing for this team?
I mean, we really fight. Even we play small mostly of the game. We really had we fight first quarter. We play pretty well. They kind of out rebound us, which is normal. So we gotta all help on a glass. Take our rim, and then, like I said, offensively we're gonna be fine. We just have to pick up how we want to play the whole set offenses that we have.
Tonight, you know, when you took the floor for the first time, the Garden went crazy. When you hit that first three, the Garden went crazy. I mean, how did it feel to have such an iconic building standing behind you tonight?
I mean, it's crazy. I think we all European players dream to play in the Garden once. So being able to be part of the Knicks, it's really special for me. And like you say, the building was on fire like whole game. So I really appreciate our support, and I love that they showed me today.
Of course it's on fire. He's coming from Detroit. I bet you he didn't hear one cheer his entire career over there. So I'm sure hearing some cheers from New York is definitely something worthwhile. But not hearing cheers, hearing roars, because New York doesn't cheer anymore. We don't. That building just roars. So much energy. Energy fills that building. I don't even know what to call it. If you've not been to a game, you've not been to MSG, the atmosphere there, it's different. I don't know how to explain it, especially when you're a fan and the Knicks are good. It's like the stars align in a weird way when all that happens, and it creates magic. If you haven't been there this season, go to a game. Do yourself that favor and enjoy the experience. It's an experience.
You've played for a couple different teams. How long does it normally take to kind of pick up what a team's offensive concepts are?
Good question.
Probably game or two. I mean, we run basic stuff today just so me and AB can be in right spacing. But like I said, it's gonna be a couple days. It's good that we are having all-star break, so just to learn how we gonna play.
Bojan is so real, so humble. You can see when he was answering the questions and the love of the Garden and the Knicks, he couldn't help himself. He was smiling. Love to see that. But more importantly, he was talking about how many games he thinks is going to be effective for him to learn the Knicks and learn what they're trying to run and what they need from him. He said about 1 or 2 games. That's good information. It shows that he's locked in and what he needs. Obviously, he said all-star break is going to help him as well, too. I think Alec Burks, he needs a little bit of help as well. So I think all-star break is going to help him there, too. Because during the Pistons run that he had, he was definitely more of the go-to guy. And I think he fell a little bit back into that during the Indy game because he was hunting his shot, looking for it, shooting lights out at times, trying to get any shot going. Obviously, he was happy playing for the New York Knicks again, playing for a contender, being away from the Detroit Pistons. So clearly, he had a point to prove, but he has to relax a little bit, slow it down, understand the roster that we have, the personnel that we have, and the other players on the roster. We definitely need AB. We need him to be aggressive, but we need him to be smart when he's being aggressive. Just not pushing to be aggressive each and every basket when they're targeting in on him and honing in on him, making sure the basket's even harder for him to make. So you have to be smarter if you're AB. Pass that ball a little bit more. Give it to Miles McBride. Give it to Jalen Brunson if he's on the court. Just make it easier for yourself. You don't have to make the game as hard for yourself. You're not playing for Detroit anymore. So we have to make sure we all understand who we're playing with. But I got to say, Bojan Bogdanovic, his first game as a New York Knick, not only was the crowd electric for him, but it was more than that. I look at more than just if he hits a shot when he makes a three. I look at accuracy. Because I know a lot of people shoot threes. Sometimes they hit the rim. Sometimes they miss the rim. Sometimes they don't even look like they look at the rim. So I can understand when people are taking shots, how accurate they are. Bojan, every time he was taking a three, he was either rimming that three or it was going in and out or it went in. But that's how good he is at shooting the three, that almost all of his shots are nearly going in. And he's still gaining chemistry with a lot of the people right now on the roster. It's his first game. What happens in 10 games? What happens after we're fully healthy and other defenders are being drawn by Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson? And he has even more room in the corner or on the perimeter to operate and make sure he gets the shot off. What happens then? What happens when he gets more chemistry with these guys? He's going to be a problem. This Knicks team is going to be a problem. They were taking it to a healthy Pacers team, and they were down multiple people. How do you do that to a healthy playoff Pacers team? It's basically because it's Knicks culture, Thibs culture, and next man up mentality. I've said it for a couple of games, but you can't put it on anything else. And the reason you can't is because of how good these guys have been without the stars on the roster that they need. OG and Julius Randle gone. And the New York Knicks are still doing this, still looking like a legit threat, still winning games they need to win. The only way you can explain that is because everybody on this roster understands the assignment, understands the mission, and has bought into Tom Thibodeau. I love it. I love it. As a Knicks fan who's been wanting to see a roster like this for years, I absolutely love it. Bojan and Burks are going to be some great additions to this team. You may not have seen it during that first game, but I promise you, the second game, the third game, it's just going to get better and better and better. Just hold on, Knicks fans, because once we get healthy, we are going to be rocking the league left and right. It is a great time to be a New York Knicks fan. We are here, guys, and I can't wait to see what this Knicks team can do once everybody returns. But what about you guys? What do you think about Bojan and Burks and their comments about the trade and joining the New York Knicks? Let me know in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below, and of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.